Every morning, as the sun rises, a new version of you awakens. What you tell yourself in those first quiet moments isn't small talk. It is the blueprint of your becoming. Before the world begins to whisper its noise, you must anchor yourself with words of intention. Say to yourself, I am in control of this day. I decide how I feel. I create my results. My goals are real. My progress is inevitable. Speak with the certainty of one who knows that thought is the spark and action is the flame. Tell yourself, I am worthy of the life I imagine. I am stronger than any excuse. I am calm, focused, and prepared. These are not just affirmations, they are silent commands to the subconscious mind, the servant that never questions the master. Say, I have everything I need within me. I am surrounded by opportunity. I am becoming exactly who I was born to be. With each repetition, your inner world aligns and your outer world follows. End by declaring, today, I rise above doubt. Today, I win in thought, in spirit, and in action, because the one who talks to themselves with power in the dot morning walks through the world with power all day long. The mind is most impressionable in the early moments after waking. It is in these quiet seconds, before the rush of the world invades, that you have the golden opportunity to program your day. Just as a compass determines the path of a ship, your initial thoughts determine the tone, energy, and trajectory of everything that follows. If you allow worry, doubt, or apathy to take the first seat in your mind, your day will likely follow that course. But when you rise and deliberately choose thoughts of clarity, purpose, strength, and gratitude, you summon unseen forces that move in harmony with your intention. Begin with conviction. Speak victory to yourself. Feel success in your spirit, and your actions will fall into alignment. The day is not random. It is shaped by what you allow yourself to believe in those precious first moments. Choose wisely. Confidence is not arrogance. It is certainty rooted in clarity and belief. When you start your day with a mind saturated in confidence, you begin to move with a quiet power that resists distraction and overcomes doubt. Confidence silences the inner critic and amplifies the voice of possibility. It transforms hesitation into action and fear into fuel. With a confident mind, you no longer wait for conditions to be perfect. You act as though they already are. Every task, no matter how small, is approached with intention and ownership. Challenges become stepping stones, not setbacks. You radiate authority not because of what you have, but because of what you believe about yourself. And this belief becomes magnetic. It pulls opportunities, ideas, and people into your orbit. Confidence is not a luxury. It is a decision. Decide it in the morning, and you will find your day naturally bending toward progress, productivity, and quiet, unstoppable success. The world is quick to remind you of limits, of statistics, of reasons why something can't be done. If you don't take control of your inner dialogue from the moment you rise, the voices of fear, comparison, and mediocrity will fill the silence. That is why you must be the first to speak, and what you speak must be powerful. Declare your worth, your vision, your capability before anyone has the chance to question it. When you speak greatness into your life, you awaken the part of you that was born to lead, to build, to conquer. These words become the armor that protects your focus, the fuel that sustains your energy, and the foundation that supports your choices. Speak not as the person you were yesterday, but as the person you are becoming. When your voice is the first sound your soul hears in the morning, here it becomes easier to dismiss the doubt that will surely come later. Own your narrative, or the world will write one for you, and it won't be in your favor. What you repeat, you begin to believe, and what you believe, you begin to live. Truth, when spoken once, is like a seed planted. But truth, when spoken daily, is a seed watered, nourished by faith, persistence, and vision. The subconscious mind does not question, it accepts. And what it accepts, it acts upon. When you repeat empowering truths to yourself, I am capable, I am worthy, I am destined for more, those words sink deeper with each repetition. So each repetition until they no longer feel like affirmations, but like reality itself. Over time, these truths reshape your identity, influence your decisions, and redirect your results. You begin to walk in alignment with the future you once only imagined. What starts as mere words transforms into internal conviction, and that conviction becomes the invisible force guiding your steps toward success. Repetition is not just habit. It is the process of forging belief so strong, the world has no choice but to make room for it. Each day brings its own set of challenges, delays, distractions, and surprises, as or nay. Storms may come, some quietly, others with force, but your prepared state becomes your shelter. You do not wait for peace to be delivered by circumstance. You build it from within. Emotional mastery is not reactionary. It is proactive. The way you feel is a product of the foundation you lay at the start of the day. Choose peace, choose focus, choose power before anything else chooses you. Words alone are empty unless they are charged with the energy of conviction. When you speak with belief, genuine, unwavering belief, your words become commands that echo into the subconscious mind. The subconscious doesn't filter, question, or analyze. It simply receives and obeys what is repeated with emotional intensity. This is why a single declaration spoken with absolute faith carries more creative force than 100 timid affirmations. When your words are fused with belief, they don't just linger in thought, they go to work behind the scenes, where to work by the scenes way, influencing your habits, perceptions, and choices. They become your internal programming, silently shaping the world you experience. Say, I am worthy, and if belief backs it, your subconscious begins to organize life around that truth. Say, I am unstoppable, and the mind searches for evidence to prove it. Belief is the fire that activates words. Without it, there is only sound. With it, there is transformation. Every result in your life begins with a conversation, one that happens silently within you. Your inner dialogue shapes your decisions, fuels your emotions, and defines the boundaries of what you believe is possible. If you speak doubt inwardly, you hesitate outwardly. If you speak strength, focus, and certainty to yourself, your actions begin to mirror that confidence. This internal voice becomes the unseen driver behind your habits, relationships, and outcomes. You are not at the mercy of random thoughts. You have the power to guide them, shape them, and redirect them. When you take control of your inner dialogue, you take control of your momentum. Speak as the person who wins. Think as the one who leads. Respond to your fears with truth and to your doubts with purpose. The voice inside you either builds your future or breaks it down. Control that voice, and you control everything else that follows. Emotions do not have to be reactions. They can be instructions. The mind is a powerful instrument, and it responds quickly to the commands you give it. If you consistently tell yourself, I feel calm, I feel strong, I feel excited for this day, your inner world begins to follow that direction. At first, it may feel unnatural, but repetition combined with intent slowly trains your emotional state to match your spoken truth. The body listens. The heart aligns. What begins as a decision becomes a feeling. And what becomes a feeling shapes your behavior. Instead of waiting for circumstances to give you permission to feel joy, courage, or peace, you create those states by choice. You do not need to feel confident to speak confidence. You speak it until it becomes your natural state. Speak the feeling you desire often enough, and you will notice the mind accepting it. When prestation the mind straight, the body reflecting it, and your entire life moving in rhythm with it. The world often holds on to outdated versions of you, versions built on past mistakes, old habits, or limited thinking. But you are not bound to that image. We're simply tree, you are a work in progress, evolving daily, growing beyond what others expect or even understand. So, that's why you must speak not from who you've been, but from who you are choosing to become. Speak with the voice of your future self, the one who has already achieved the vision, broken through the doubt, and stepped fully into purpose. When you speak from this place, you begin to embody that identity. Your words reshape your mindset, influence your decisions, and gradually shift your reality. Don't wait for permission or validation to speak as your higher self. Own it now. Let the old stories fall away, and let your language reflect your destiny, not your history. Speak life into the person you are becoming, and the world will soon be forced to catch up. Your life is not shaped by random events. It is shaped by the identity you choose to reinforce every single day. Who you consistently say you are becomes who you show up as in the world. If each morning you declare, I am focused, I am powerful, I am worthy of success, you begin to embody that version of yourself in thought, word, and action. Your mind seeks alignment between what you believe and how you behave. When your self-concept is elevated, your standards, your habits, and your results rise to match it. But if you allow doubt or negative self-talk to dominate, your identity shrinks, and so does your potential. That's why it is vital to reaffirm the identity that matches your vision, not your circumstances. Say it, feel it, live it. Each repetition strengthens the foundation. Your rise begins with who you say you are.